Right. So I want to discuss something today, and is a issue that has been weighing heavily on my mind. I addressed while I was in England, right, while I was making a video over there, right, but probably not in the way that I want to address it now, right, because I realize certain things about people in the world. Remember, I was saying how I really never think jealousy, envy. I never think people is jealous, you envy you for the little things. Right, something as simple as being consistent with their exercise routine, something like that. I take a good break, a long break from exercising because I needed to address this issue with some people, whoever in the world, and it's an international phenomena, right? Is that if people have been feeling envy towards other people because you're consistent in the exercise, you eat right, right? Not for the sake of no obsession with your looks or anything like that, but just for the sake of feeling and being healthy and being a normal human being, right? So now, like I was saying, when I was over there, when I took my trip over there, and I made a video talking about this, I was saying like I'm not referring to people with medical conditions in which your weight, you're overweight, right? And you're saying, oh well, well something, you might have a wish, you could be like this person or whatever, or you have a disability. I'm not referring to that. That's not normal conditions. I'm talking about regular people who actually have the you have the drive and you have the motivation in you, and you could find the motivation in you to get up and do something as simple as walk 10-15 minutes a day consistently, but you don't, right? And you want to have ill will towards people who actually have the will, right? Not like somebody, it's not like some forces pick you up, right? It's no force that is pick you up and push you to go and exercise, right? It is actually take determination, effort, and consistency. I took a good few weeks. I'm on a good few weeks from exercising because I really needed to address this issue, right? I got to start back working, but I really go and doing my exercise, but I really needed to address this issue because it's something that, oh, people see you're consistent with exercise, eating right, and all this, and they think that you have an obsession with one, weight loss or looking good for some reason, right? And it had nothing to do with neither of those things, right? And people try to think you have bulimia, yeah, anorexia, right? All these kind of psychological conditions. I have absolutely nothing to do with these things. It's sheer will. One, it could be a hobby because I used to cycle a lot and I did a lot of skipping, cycling, squatting, all those things to lose my weight in the past, right? And that's how I had reached down to my 117 pounds, right? Because one, it was a hobby, right? It was an interest, it was a hobby, right? And it was a exercise, consistent exercise routine, right, that I found, right? And I was like, hey, well, when I realized that after all that, I end up getting attacked real bad, and a lot of those attacks, right, came from sources that apparently have a problem with me doing those things, right? And say I say, hey, well, let me take a little break, right? And hey, let me just show you, hey, okay, well, yeah, I could take a break and I could put on back some weight too, right? I could put on back some weight too, and it's nothing, right? It had nothing to do with my looks. It had nothing to do with that. It has to do with, hey, our discipline, right? I've been disciplined, right? I have determination, all those things, and consistency, right? So it had nothing to do with anorexia, bulimia. My weight loss had nothing to do with anorexia, bulimia, and any other psychological condition, or watching somebody and being jealous or envious about them, right? It just simply had to do with me finding a hobby and interest and sticking with it at the time, right? And I couldn't stick with it because of the level of attacks I've been getting. So I couldn't really stick with my cycling, right? So I ended up giving away my bike and all that, right? So a biking, my skipping and squatting and all that I used to do, and was consistent with it, and my yoga as well, right? So these forces are coming thinking that, oh, I do these things to lose weight or to look good. Yeah, there's a component to it because I want to feel good too, and nothing is wrong with that, right? Is that I don't have a psychological condition vomiting because I want to lose weight or starving myself. I would never starve myself. Now these forces come with the Islam thing now, Christianity, whoever, forcing me into Islam now and telling me how white people think, right? Hey, you had to starve for Ramadan, right? You had to fast for Ramadan so you can lose weight, right? If I want to lose back weight, right? Now put nanobots technology, force you to go and buy one set of snacks again, right? And then say, oh, you had to fast for Ramadan so you can lose back your weight, right? I know in that shit. I don't do them kind of shit. If I fasting for Ramadan, it would never be to lose weight. And two, if I losing weight, it would never be because I vomiting out my stuff. I would never be because I have anorexia, right? Like I said, I'm one of the sanest and healthiest person that I know. Right now, the world could fuck off, right? Good.